talk regarding this very car. A lot of people in the overseas have been practicing this, but down here in Nigeria, a lot of people are more of trying to please people, right? What I mean please, they're doing it for formality because others are doing it, but not really paying attention to what the manufacturer specification concerning their car model really is. What do I say by that? I have just popped the hood open for this very Lexus RX 350. Making this very video here is to tell you to stop wasting your money on synthetic oil. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say it has a long range mileage to it, it saves you a lot of money. Well, how about the disadvantage? How about the cons? How about when it's the cause of why your engine prematurely fails? People actually don't look into that very context, right? And today's video here, I told you guys from where I posted this that only those who really want this information is going to click on this very video here. I'm not even talking about YouTube. I know a lot of you guys are going to go ahead and debunk what I say right now, but I don't really care about that. So let me go ahead and the hood. Now, for most of you guys, when you open the hood, you pop your hood open, like I pop this one open right now, and head over here, you're going to be seeing the sticker of the recommended oil meant for your car. So for this one is here is 0W20, right, which is fully synthetic, as most of them will call it. That is where you're going to find the specification for your car oil, right? You have seen the prescription I give about this Lexus here is 0W20. But there is something which the manufacturer says, which a lot of people who are selling motor oil will never tell you. And what is that? What they're actually not telling you there is that you need to use this very car here based on the country it was manufactured for. So a lot of you guys who are buying these cars don't actually want to really pay attention. If they say they need 0W20 here, it's for the specification of the country that this car was made for. So now let's take a look at where this car was made for, and that is where you should be using that specification for. And how do we find out? We're going to find out from the VIN number of where this car was bought from, and we on the door sticker here. So if we look at it from here right now, we're gonna see Canada. Can somebody say Canada? I wanna get this closer so I'll give you the shot. Can you see the Canada right there? That is Canada, guys. That is Canada somewhere here. Okay, this car is made in Canada for Canadians. Now, when I talk about Canada, what comes to your mind? Snow, snow, no, snow. So in Canada, there is a whole lot of snow in Canada. So this is manufactured, made in Canada, for Canadians, not Nigeria, not Africa. What's the difference between these very two here? And that is the only place where this oil, motor oil specification is going to be in accordance with the manufacturer specification. Then the quote with a clause on, and what is that clause? The clause which is there right there, which most of you guys often don't read, is here. The oil which you need to use for your car has to be dependent on what? Dependent on the humidity of your environment. So what's the Canada humidity like? The Canada humidity is constant snow, winter, not like Russia. Negative, minus, whatever crap you can actually think about. But is that the same thing with Nigeria? The answer is no. So most of you who are in Nigeria who is rushing to buy synthetic, fully synthetic, magnetic synthetic, aeroplane synthetic, all the kind of synthetic are missing the real information that's actually attached on quote on that very specification of the oil, the right oil, motor oil for your car. Why did I want to teach you guys this information? Because a lot of you guys are missing the real part of this whole information. You are missing it, and you are losing a lot of money trying to buy synthetic, fully synthetic, magnetic synthetic, all the kind of synthetic that fills the market right there, without knowing that your car needs just a mineral oil. Now, a lot of you guys who are doubting, I know there are too many doubt Tintoners who are here. I'm going to be bringing up the chart up here so you take a look at it. How the environment temperature collaborates with your engine temperature to affect the viscosity of your oil, motor oil, which you use in the engine. Now let's take a look at the practical approach here. The practical approach here is when the oil is boiled, what happens? It becomes lighter. The viscosity reduces. Now when it gets cold, what happens? The viscosity increases. So it has an inversely proportionality. The temperature has inverse proportionality to increase in temperature. So the more the temperature increases, the viscosity goes down. The more the temperature reduces, the viscosity goes up. And that is why they introduced the cooler or the intercooler on the motor side. I'm going to show you that, but it's quite hidden, right? I'm going to go ahead and pop that very car open, so I'll show you the cooler. So if your car doesn't have a cooler, oil cooler right inside it, it is a red flag for you to use synthetic oil. Even though if it uses it, the manufacturer says what? If you are going to use any oil, it should be based on your environment temperature, because it's going to get to a flash point where the engine temperature is building up and the hot humidity air that is coming, whether you like it or not, your engine is not completely coolant cool or water cool. It still has some bit of air cooling it, and that is the reason why it is all coolant cooled. You shouldn't be having this very grill and vents here. You know the reason why all these holes are here? These holes are here because they are there to take in air to go stay inside and still cools the engine. That is how the ambient temperature of the environment affects whichever motor oil which you are using in your car. Now let's go ahead and pop this very hood open, and I'll show you what the cooler looks like over here. Now, okay, now over there it's really hidden, but if I send this guy to go down there, okay, if I send this guy to go down there, let's see if he's gonna pick it up. So that is okay, just a little bit more. Okay, guys, that is your cooler right there that you're seeing right now. I am not seeing it like you, I'm only pointing a camera at it. That is your cooler, and you can see where the engine is connected to it right there. So if yours doesn't have a cooler, you are risking your engine by using a synthetic oil, even though when it's written 0W20. So the environment temperature plays a critical role in improving the viscosity of the oil while you are using it in combination with your engine temperature. So what should you use if you are in Nigeria, if you are in Africa? Regardless of this, that is where the chart which I'm going to be bringing up in this very video here is going to help you. You're going to see where the flash point, when I mean flash point, how the temperature affects the oil viscosity in your car. So the more the increase of temperature, you're going to be needing oil that has a thicker weight. Most fully synthetic, most magnetic synthetic, most heavily synthetic doesn't have oil really weight. A lot of people, mechanics who are in US really knows this. If you turbo your car, if you turbocharge your car, there's gonna be a lot, you're gonna be attracting a lot of heat, right? And in that heat, in order for you to keep the engine well lubricated, you're gonna be needing an engine oil, motor oil that has more thicker weight. So you're gonna be talking about, instead of 0W, you're gonna be talking about 20 or 30W, 50 other one right there. All right, so let me so instead of having 0 here, you should be seeing 20 or 30W, 50 or 60. So the more this number increases, the more the oil weight of the oil. So which boils down to, yes, we can say, I can tell you for fact that fully synthetic has a lot of additive inside, but there are still some mineral oil. Let me say that catchy phrase is actually for scams. Every motor oil is synthetic because it's not natural. Anything that is made by man is synthetic. All right, that's what it is. So every so-called mineral oil, the fact that some of them doesn't have additive doesn't make them unsuitable for your car. Those ones that have less additives is what you need to stay away from. Why is that? Because if you're some person who likes idling your car a lot of times for longer period, you're gonna be building, allowing that oil is gonna be building a lot of sludge. If you're the kind of person who likes using your motor oil a lot of times without changing it even after hitting 3,000 miles, then you're gonna be building sludge. And where the sludge attacks in your engine, it attacks the lubrication, the moving parts, the holes, plugging all the necessary holes that's supposed to allow oil to circulate, to recirculate within the engine areas. All right. And it's also attacked the piston rings, which make you running back to the shop to buy another engine. So that is why you need a motor oil that has a good additives. If I mention name right now, I'm giving them publicity which they did not pay for. But there is a lot of them in Nigeria, a lot of them in overseas, the so-called mineral oil that have additives inside. Now, this is where the magic comes. When you use this very mineral oil, when your car hits 3,000 or 3,500 miles on it, or 4,500 kilometers, go ahead and pull it out and put the filter off and replace them. When you do this for like a year or so, trust me when I say, when I open this very engine, I'm going to open this engine also so that you guys take a look at it. I'm going to open the oil entry part. So you see how clean that is. You're also gonna get that same cleanliness when you're using the one which they call mineral oil, the one you're running away from, which you are actually going to choose the synthetic, which is more dangerous for your car. This, all right, like I said, if you remember what I said vividly, using 0W20 is not bad for this very car if you're living in Canada, Moscow, America, or whatever country that experiences a lot of winter. But for Nigeria, for Africa, is a shit show. All right, so a lot of you guys who have been throwing your money into those parts, into those fully synthetic, well, it's buying you a lot of time, but you're risking damaging the engine when you drive that car seriously for a long time without stopping. I'm talking about a long stretch like 5 hours, 6 hours. A lot of people actually do that long range, 9 hours non-stop. I mean, the real stop is like 30 minutes and they go on. It's not like allowing the car to breathe for like an hour, do some breathing exercise for an hour or 3, and they keep going. So let me open this very engine here. Then we use that as a test subject to know how the oil that have additives inside cleanses your engine while it works. Okay, this is really strong, but I succeeded in opening it. Okay, wow, you can see how clean that is. Now let's flip this open. Oh, this customer is good. There is no single sign of sludge here. Everything looks so sparkling clean. Now look at the engine here. It shines like gold. Look at the engine. That is how clean your engine is gonna be when you are using mineral oil that has additives inside it, right? So, my dear, stop wasting your money on synthetic. Buy good mineral oils, change it on time, and I assure you your engine is gonna be cleaner like this, and you're not gonna need to replace your engine anytime soon or thinking about oil shortage, white smoke, blue smoke, any kind of shitty smoke that indicate that your car is actually burning oil. It's very synonymous with Toyota and some other of its brand. So now, I know some of the rookies who I told them is only people who really want to watch this very video who are going to click on it. They might say, is that all you say? Because you know something rare. I know there's a lot of people who have bad mouths who need to have their mouth bleached, all right? And they're all over the place. But when you found the Nigerian ones, they are more horrible. I often used to vouch for them sometimes, but they hit me sometimes, and you know, it's very terrible. Some of them can just come on your content just to destroy your image. Not really that they want to contribute, even despite the fact that you're supplying a very good information which is going to save them a lot of money. But they don't give a shit about that. They are there, they're feeling, oh, he's up there, let's pull him down. Okay guys, I'm not saying those kind of people, those kind of rookie and wacky people are not in US, European. No, there are, all right? There are in everywhere. But when you're having exceptional faith, you know, kind of boring. It kind of kill the vibe. So guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.